Hey there everybody and welcome back to more Pikmin. This is day 2 and we're dropping into the Forest of Hope. In the second game, this actually is called, I think, the Forest of Awakening or something like that. Something like that, I don't exactly remember. It's been so long since I played Pikmin 2, it really has actually. But that's also a really good level. My dolphin has returned to the surface along with the Pikmin's onion. Being alone on this strange planet makes me somewhat uneasy, so I shall call the Pikmin out of the onion. All I need to do is stand in the light beneath the onion and press A. Come on, you guys. Now, I think you only need about 20 Pikmin on that wall there to break it down efficiently. But I've got 24. Plus that one there, but I'm sending him to gather stuff. Yeah, it really does not take long. I think days in this game are between 10 and 15 minutes. Yes, I know, I don't have every single thing memorized, but the good news is I have good editing tools these days, so I can pop it up on screen. And then here you are. Oh, there we go. First flower. Another intriguing discovery. A local variety of grass produces a sort of yellow nectar. When the Pikmin drink this delicacy, they instantly mature into flowers. This apparent Pikmin favorite seems to be full of nutrition. Closer observation is needed to determine the strengths and peculiarities of these flower Pikmin. We haven't seen it yet, but Pikmin trip a lot. And flower Pikmin trip significantly less. They're also extraordinarily faster than regular leaf or bud Pikmin. However, a flower Pikmin can become a bud Pikmin or a leaf Pikmin through being shaken off of enemies. And also, these are dwarf bulborbs, actually not related to the full-grown counterparts. I think that's a pretty common thing known amongst the fandom these days, but it's always worth saying to anyone new. Come on, then. Need to raise as many of these little guys as possible. Let's move! Don't do that. Oh my god, I thought I lost one already. Whew. Now, the goal of any day in Pikmin is, for me, to raise up as many as I can in as short a time as I can while still gathering as many ship parts as possible. And sometimes that can prove a struggle, but most of the time you should be fine. Sometimes I have them brush up, oh thank goodness. Sometimes I have them brush up against the bulborb there, and it wakes him up and they chase him down and murder my Pikmin. Yeah. Life really is unforgiving on this planet. But that's what survival is. Okay, come on then. All of you over here. Wait. What? Okay. I thought I only had 9 there at the end for some reason. Come on, keep looking. I don't remember exactly how many are in the ground right now, but we started the day with 25. Went up to 28. So I should have 37 in the ground? Oh boy. Come on. Faster. Crack a whip at him. Get a move on, boys. Alright, so that tin pellet, of course, produces 10 Pikmin. Why, it's the Eternal Fuel Dynamo. It has an unlimited energy supply. I won't have to worry about saving electricity anymore. This will make my fight for survival a bit easier. How many Pikmin do I need on it? Only 40. So I'm gonna keep 25 for myself. Nah, I should put them all on there. Just go, guys. Run. Run! I'll put these guys over here and on breaking down this wall because we're gonna need it broke down anyways. What are 5 leaves to friends? That almost sounds like a drug joke. What is it with this game and this series and drug jokes? I don't know, they seem pretty prevalent. Maybe it's because you're growing Pikmin and they drink from, what? It's been compared a lot, especially since Chugga Conroy did a playthrough of this years and years ago about the nectar and how it could be misconstrued, joked about as being a drug. I almost said misconstrued for being a drug. No, that's not true. It's nectar. This should light things up. No more candles for me. I have now recovered 2 out of 30 parts. If I can find just 3 more, I should be able to increase my ship's capabilities. And this will pop up every single time you get a new ship part. So I am not going to say it unless we unlock a new area or something like that. It's not worth wasting my breath over, you know? Oh, wow. I got a lot of Pikmin on that. 1 Pikmin can take up the entirety of a nectar, so it is generally a good idea to try and get as many Pikmin as you can on a nectar. I don't want to build that bridge yet because it's just going to go down later. Let's throw up as many of these guys as we can, and I want to get this up here done really quickly, get a bunch of flowers out of it, and get that enemy up there. Now, we haven't fought a Bulborb yet, but it's pretty easy to take them down. You can, of course, throw Pikmin at it, but there is a much more fun way. Come on, then. Rush him! Yes! Alright, let's start harvesting more nectar. That little rocky patch there gets you more nectar. Okay, let's do this instead. It's the shock absorber. This apparatus counteracts the shaking and swaying that normally occurs during flights. It's smooth sailing with this in place, usually. Olimar. Okay. Yes! Got the rest of them, all except for those 5 down near that wall. Oh, come here. You're next. I just want to get it down there on the ground. There's another type of Pikmin I want to get that to today. My clock has indicated the coming of noon. From now on, I must pay close attention to the sun meter on my monitor and choose my actions accordingly. So it is best for me to review my monitor's data. Across the top of my monitor are the sun meter and data display. At the bottom are my spacesuit damage meter and Pikmin gauges. From left, these numbers reflect Pikmin under my command, Pikmin in the field, and total Pikmin, including those in the onions. To adjust my monitor, I can press L to rotate. Oh, okay, yeah, I don't need to read this again. Don't need to read that again at all. No, please. No, thank you. Alright, hurry it up. Ah, so I can only fit 50 on it. I know there's one part that fits such an absurd number of Pikmin, it's not possible to fill them all out. Well, you can, it just takes a lot of effort. A lot more than you should put into it. The shock absorber. This nifty little device counteracts the shaking and swaying experienced in typical spaceflight. So we need 2 more ship parts. I try and get those usually today, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that done in this game day. Alright. Face death. Oh, there we go. We actually got to see it. So they got shook off of an enemy there, the Bulborb, and downgraded to just being buds. Good old friends and pals, you know, just buds. Alright, let's knock these guys out. Ooh, I thought I guided them into him. That would have been scary. Oh, the glitch happened. Okay, so if you take out an enemy too fast, there's a chance that this might happen, where in which you have an incorrect amount of Pikmin with you. I think that's a speedrun thing. I'm not too sure. I haven't done it in a while. Actually, I think it's bad for speedruns. More Pikmin. This one's yellow. Interesting. The color is different, but it seems to be a Pikmin nonetheless. At first glance suggests that this one has what, in some circles, could be considered very large ears. It looks like it may weigh less than the others. In what other ways might it be different from the red Pikmin? No matter. They are obviously quite similar, so I shall call this one a Pikmin as well. Alright, get to work. We're about at 3/4 of the day, no time to rest. Come on, take the locals hostage. Ooh, they go really high. That is the defining trait of yellow Pikmin, actually. How high you can throw them. I wish I was joking. Yeah, yellow Pikmin are typically the least favorite to all the fans. And red Pikmin are the most. Generally, actually, that's not true. It generally leans red, yellow, and blue, at least from my memory. And it is, of course, the order you get your Pikmin in. Come on, then. Okay. I'm trying to raise up as many yellows as I can on the first day, so we won't need to raise up any more ever again. They aren't exactly the most useful Pikmin. They have a very limited skill set. Okay. Are you serious? Gave you one job. Da-na-na-na! The yellow Pikmin have picked up some peculiar stones. Why did they decide to grab them? This action seems to be instinctive to the yellow Pikmin, but just what are these strange glowing stones? Brightly glowing cracks cover them. Perhaps these cracks indicate that there's tremendous power locked away within. This merits further research. Don't get too, antsy there, Olimar. The glowing rocks the yellow Pikmin picked up seem to be explosive stones. Perhaps they know what these stones can be, that these stones can be used as powerful weapons. The bomb rocks are dangerous, so I must take care when using them. But they should be able to blast open the stone walls that block the pathways. I may even be able to use them against some of the wild creatures. I must be vigilant. Pikmin I dismiss by pressing X bring their bombs when I call them back. Pikmin I throw by pressing A drop their bombs when I call them back. Keep clear of the explosion. When I touch Pikmin directly, they keep their bombs and fall in line. Yeah, I lost a lot of Pikmin as a kid to that. Okay. Let's go grab those Bulborbs, and then grab the red Pikmin after. Let's start with the one closest to our main base. And there's 3 pellet posies over here as well. Okay. Yeah, I'm not as good as I remember being at throwing these things. Okay, good. There we go. Get all of them on as much as we can. Now the red Pikmin will be very useful coming up. Come on then, you turds. My goal is to just raise up as many Pikmin as possible. I'm going to try and treat this casually. I have a really hard time playing this game casually after 21 years, but it's a very relaxing experience if you can. Oh, I have made yet another Pikmin-related discovery. Just when I was about to exceed 100 Pikmin in the field, the onion stopped expelling seeds, yet the total number of Pikmin continued to climb. It seems that once there are 100 Pikmin in the field, subsequent seeds get stored inside the onion. Thus, no more than 100 Pikmin can be in the field at one time in any area. Yep, this is true even in future games. You can only have, say 100 Pikmin in a field at any time. Through that glitch there, it is possible to exceed that number, but generally you actually can't pull that off very easily. Come on then. My clock is indicating the approach of sunset. Pikmin waiting beneath the dolphin and the onions will probably enter the onions on their own, but if I don't call the stragglers and add them to my group, they may not be able to get back. I'm sure that the Pikmin still planted are safe, but I am somewhat concerned about the Pikmin leaving Pikmin to fend for themselves in the darkness. Well, in all fairness, that is a very terrifying comic book series. Oh, good. Come on, faster. I don't want to leave any Pikmin planted in the ground. It's an inconvenience to come back for them. Wow. God, they improved upon that a lot in the next game. Here we go. Take the bomb rocks. Oh, lost one already. Booyah. Alright, got all of them done. And that is the day. I would have preferred to have not lost one to the bomb rock there. I have done no death runs of Pikmin 1 and Pikmin 2, and I haven't done a no death run of Pikmin 3 hard mode yet, but one day. And this is the first time we get to see the effects of the night. Yeah. 2 days since impact, it appears that many of my ship's parts have landed in this region. If I can just recover the parts of my radar, I should be able to use my radar screen. How that would improve my chances. Then I'd only have to press Y to locate my parts. Yet there seem to be many hostile life forms here. If I am attacked and my spacesuit takes damage, I must return to my ship, stand in front of it, and press A to make suit repairs. As I explore, I must pay attention to my suit's damage meter in the bottom left corner of the screen. Look at that. That is a substantial increase. Yay. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Tomorrow, we're going back down to the Fours of Hope, and we're going to gather up all the remaining parts that I can gather here right now, which I think is 3 or 4 of them. But yeah, thank you guys. See you next time. Bye.